Welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, a preview of our upcoming trip to Granbury, Texas, and the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. In Jeff's car culture this morning, we are going to have abandoned car factories that still hold secrets. Shh. And Mars has some day tripper destinations here in the Houston area. Howdy. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin. David Ainsley is snoozing this morning with his cup of coffee and his cat, Larry. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us today for our live program. If you're watching, listening, viewing, being part of a podcast, well, welcome to you, and we thank you very much. So let's get things underway, shall we? Got a great show lined up for you today. By the way, I'm going to review the Kia K4 later on today, and I bring that up because it's very different, and I really liked it. It's kind of like, you know what a saloon is? A car labeled a saloon. It's kind of like a station wagon, and that's a European flair term that is used. Anyway, this is a saloon, so think of it as a small SUV that sits lower to the ground and a station wagon combined. It's very cool. I think that you'll really enjoy it. That's coming up in our last hour. So let's get moving, shall we? Right now, we're going to bring in Tammy Dooley with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Granbury, Texas, USA. Tammy, good morning. It's so good to see you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, we're off to a good start.
Tammy, you're muted on your end.
Tammy is muted on her end.
Okay. How about that?
There you are.
There you go.
There you go. So
it's
I guess
good to see you.
Yes. So I guess that your husband goes by another name called Tom.
He does. It's Mike.
I know it's Mike, but I like the Tom. Of course, I'm telling you my age by even bringing that up. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
There you go.
Mr. Mars, why are you? What? Mr. Mars is flip-flopping all sorts of stuff on there.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm shuffling. I'm putting her stage center.
Yeah, shuffling cards. Tammy Dooley, golly, it's really great to see you. I know that this is the busiest Convention and Visitors Bureau woman on earth. She has grown the Granbury area in population tenfold since she came on board.
Has to be.
Well, be careful saying that because there are a lot of people that agree with that, and they may not be so happy about it.
Well, I think that the growth that we're talking about happens in the downtown area and where visitors come to visit, not necessarily the people that go, man, I sure like this. Let's move here. Mm-hmm. Not those folks.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you for saying so. Granbury is doing really well right now, and we've had a lot of national recognition, so we're very proud.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I saw a TV show, ran across something about some sort of cemetery or something you guys got going up there and giving tours and stuff. What is that?
Yes, we do. The Granbury City Cemetery has a lot of famous people there. And people who like that sort of thing love to come to our cemetery. We have, the rumor is Jesse James is buried there. And of course, General Granbury is buried there. And
Wait a minute. Jesse James is buried there with a question mark.
Well, we believe he's buried there, and most people believe he's buried there, but there is a lot of history involved in that. And years ago, they had permission to exhume his body, and they did, but they accidentally exhumed the wrong body. And next to it. And so it wasn't proven indefinitely, but the descendants of the family believe he's buried here. So it's a great folklore for our community. And, I'm a tourism director, so I'm going with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So when they reburied him, did they rebury him in the same hole?
Yes.
Wow.
Or whoever it is that they dug up.
Yeah.
Evidently, there are a lot of laws involved in that. You just don't go digging people up and doing DNA tests.
Sure, was it Rick James?
So
Sure, was it Rick James?
Maybe it was Rick James.
Oh, Rick James. Yes. Well, we were playing him too.
Oh my golly!
People are dying to get in there. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
they most definitely are. So you got the Lone Star Street Rod Association gang coming back up there,
Okay.
and I say that tongue in cheek because, listen, it's a mixture of cars and people that come with the cars, or vice versa, and it really brings a different flair to what I think mostly happens in Granbury. You got a beautiful lake there, and
Oh yeah.
a lot of lake activities and places to eat and entertainment and that sort of stuff. But when you get a bunch of hot rod guys together, it's a whole different thing.
And the stories start flying. The stories are for everything.
Yes, and they are so welcomed. We do so many events, but I have to say, I probably shouldn't say they're our favorite, but they are our favorite. They've been here the longest, and uh, you know, we just embrace them. The community expects them every year, looks forward to them every year, and so they can just do what they want. We just take care of them.
Well, the one nice thing about it is you don't have a lot of arrests for burnouts and intersection takeovers and that sort of
Oh,
thing
no,
with
nothing
these
like
guys. I mean, they'd like to, and they have it in them, and they got the cars to do it, but they kind of behave themselves for the most part.
Sure.
They do, and they
Until we
leave
get there.
a lot of economic impact in our community, and that is what we're all about. So we just embrace them every year and look forward to it. This is their 52nd, I believe, state run. They've been in Granbury about 12 years, I think.
Yeah. Well, we got involved. This will be our fourth or fifth year,
Fourth, I
Tammy?
think.
Yes, I think so. If you remember, I had a grandbaby a
Yep.
couple of years ago, and on this event weekend, and I did the interview with you all, and then ran to Angel Fire, and so it falls on that anniversary every year. But I will be here welcoming you guys this year.
And is your husband going to bother us as he normally does?
He had his moment of fame. That's it. That's all. That's it.
Just 15
Well,
minutes are up.
I'll tell you what, we enjoy having him come along for the ride as well. He is an asset to your party up there, if you want to call it that, with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And he is one of those kind of guys that kind of like Leanne Morgan's husband, Chuck.
Oh yeah. Always talked about, but you never see him.
Well, you do see him every
Well, every
once
now
in a
and then,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of things. Yeah, exactly.
And he's the nucleus of all the talk.
So let's talk for a moment about the Lone Star Street Rod Association, what they call the state run, where they gather. Now, these cars mainly are resto-mods for the most part, and they gather up in the park right there on the main drag through
Yep.
Granbury.
Beautiful park.
Yep. And what are the activities? When do they arrive, and what is there to do?
Well, they are like a well-oiled machine, I guess you could say. They start trickling in really Wednesday, Thursday. Most of them arrive Friday, and many of them stay at the Holiday Inn and the Hilton. But they do have hotels all over town. They have the convention center, so they check in there, and they have events planned. They have a full schedule. They do scavenger hunts. They play poker on the square. I'm not sure they're doing that this year because they change it up. One of my favorite things they do is they do a little parade with the cars to the nursing homes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very emotional, and they sit outside and watch them, and they have all kind of activities under the pavilion. They have the car show. They do a lot of socializing. And I think Saturday morning we have donuts for them out there. So it's just great. You guys come in, do interviews on Saturday morning. So it's wonderful. They leave Sunday.
Yeah,
They
some of the
leave
things
Sunday.
You were talking about them doing down around town the square. Some of that's set up for the rest of the family that's there because it's a very family oriented event. And so it's not necessarily the hot rodders, the guys per se driving, going down and doing this, but it's for the rest of the family.
Right, right. The spouses that aren't involved because they're here all weekend. So a lot of them on Friday and Saturday night will go to New Granbury Live or take in a show at the Opera House, and it's really fun for them. They love it here. They absolutely love coming to Granbury. So They're all over town having dinner, and of course, you know where they're at because they have these fabulous cars, and so you always know when they come in town. That's the most exciting thing is when they start arriving. It's like everybody knows something's going on, and then all of a sudden there's more cars and more cars. And
Well, let's see. There's a huge banner, I think, that goes across the gigantic
so.
road right by there. You can't really miss it, you know?
yes, on the Lone Star Street Ride, and I tell you, those banners. We do so many events, but there's only so much space, and they are coveted to get a banner up there, and everybody wants their event up there, and only certain people do, and we put that banner up for Lone Star Street Ride.
How many cars do you
okay.
anticipate this year, or is that a number that you look at?
I believe it's right around 200, and we do a lot of car shows, but this is the largest.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so besides the cars and because all the people that are involved in Lone Star Street Rod, there are things to do in Granbury besides going to the park and looking at the cars as well. Why don't you go over a few of those things?
Well, yesterday I had the privilege of welcoming a group here. It was the USS Scott Navy reunion. And they asked me, what is the one thing they should do before leaving Granbury? And I had to really think about it. But the first thing that comes to mind is literally going downtown, the downtown square, and just walking the square. The courthouse alone is probably the most photographed iconic sight to see. There's a South Thomas clock in the top that is hand wound. It's very rare. So I would encourage everyone to do that. And it was the first downtown square listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. The entire square is historic. So it's preserved. The buildings are amazing. The history is amazing. So, and then taking a show, the Opera House is spectacular, like nothing you've ever seen. It has been completely restored. The city restored that. So I would definitely do something at the Opera House if I could, or New Granbury Live, which is a music venue. It's billed as the most intimate venue in Texas. And you are up close and personal to either very good entertainment or tribute bands. And it's fabulous. And then so many winery restaurants, great restaurants on the square, and that just scratches the surface, all over Granbury. There's restaurants on the lake to go to, so it's really fun.
The Fab Five played there recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the lake for a second, because there's plenty to do there as well. As if you want, I think that there's even a tour that you can take if you want.
Well, we used to have a tiki cruise boat, and we do not have that anymore, but you can rent boats and go out on the lake. And we hope to have a new boat company in here pretty soon. But the lake itself is just beautiful. It's 29 miles long. So there are so many beautiful homes, and there are several restaurants. And anywhere you go in Granbury, you're crossing the lake. So it just creates a beautiful sight, and then it goes right through downtown.
Okay.
And you have fishing tournaments up there as well. I mean,
We
the
do,
lake's
yes.
surprisingly big is what I'm getting at.
We do, and we have these fabulous public parks that you can bring your family to that are free. And so we have a lot of locations you can fish right there off piers. They're very clean. They're really, a lot of people want to hike and bike and fish and be outdoors. And there's a beautiful, several beautiful locations. And then we have a 3.5 mile hike and bike trail that actually goes right from the park where the Lone Star Street Ride will be behind the Hilton. And you can ride bicycles. You can go through Memorial Lane Park. And Memorial Lane is an unbelievable park to see, honoring all the branches of service and military and firefighters. So it makes for a wonderful walk or a day outside.
And back to the park, there's what I've noticed in the past 4 years, you get a lot of young families. You get a lot of strollers being pushed. You get a lot of toddlers all looking at the hot rods. There's things to do for those families. There's jungle gyms and swings and stuff like that within the park. So you got the cars, you got the kids playing out there. And again, you've got a lot of things to do. Vendors are there. We see the same vendors. The peanut vendors are there all the time. They're great people. So good stuff.
Good stuff. And if you love art, we do have a cultural district downtown that's fascinating. We have a new art trail brochure that you can pick up here at the visitor center. And you'll be amazed at how many public art pieces are on display. We have a park called Shanley Park right behind City Hall. And we have two pieces of art sculptures that were just unveiled probably not a year ago, and it's one of them was $750,000 donated to the city.
Wow.
And so you can see these art pieces. They are massive, they're beautiful, and you can spend a day looking at art in Granbury for free, or you can buy art. There's a lot of great galleries too.
Let me ask you just for a little quick change subject here. I want to get back to the cars for a second. What kind of car do you drive?
A BMW
A BMW?
SUV.
And what size engine does it have, and how many horsepower does it have?
I do not know. I have no idea. It's very cute. I can
It's a
tell
cute
There
car.
you go. That's all you need.
That's all that matters.
That's all we need to know
What
is
color?
that it's cute. Okay, so
It's dark
next time
gray.
next
It's dark
time
gray.
next time we talk to you, you're going to have that information. Don, I've got a 5-speed manual transmission, 300 horsepower, 2.7 liter inline 4-cylinder. It's great.
And
It's
I just tubbed it out.
and I just tubbed it out.
And
So you're going to
say
have all that
anything
information
you
for
want,
us.
because nobody's going to question it. So
I
feel free.
have no idea. I do know it does all kind of things that I have no idea how to use. It supposedly self-parks and does all kinds of stuff. I've never opened the manual, never cared to.
Okay, well, we know where you're coming from.
Perfect.
So I think that the next car you're going to get, let's see, what are we going to put her in? We're going to put you in a 1969 Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Broham.
And a Broham. And so when you're in there, we'll school you on
Okay.
what's under the hood and all of the accoutrement that comes with the 69 Cadillac.
And you know what? There might be one there at the show.
Could be.
It could be.
And with
Yeah.
the weather they have up there, it needs to be a Cadillac.
Yeah.
That way you can
Well,
just drop the top.
Well,
and
that's what I
cruise.
just
They
said.
just said that, yeah.
Oh.
Anything
I didn't
you school me on will be more than I know. I know nothing. I'm your worst customer here because I know nothing. As long
Listen,
as
I will give you this, that you know about cheat sheets, and we'll hand you one. And you'll be a quick school. Tammy, it's great to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you in about 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be
I'm
fun.
looking forward to it. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Hey, just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture, abandoned car factories that still hold secrets. And Mr. Mars has driving destinations in Houston. Imagine that. Right after this quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
You to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. We hope you'll get a whiff.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for being with us today. Time now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show for Jeff's Car Culture. Not the Motor Minute, but the car culture. Abandoned car factories that still hold secrets.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
the city of Detroit was once the beating heart of the global industry. In automotive industry, basically. The American automobile industry rapidly expanded in the early 1900s with Detroit as its epicenter. Millions of cars rolled out of the factories. The city rightfully earned the name Motor City. So here we go. The first one that's still in Detroit is the Packard Automotive Plant. Since the opening in 1903, the plant served as a manufacturing heart for the Packard Motor Company, producing some of America's most prestigious automobiles. During World War II, the facility joined forces with Rolls-Royce to manufacture 55,000 Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, which was on the Spitfire. The Packard Motor Company collapsed in the late 50s, which led to the closure of the automotive plant portion in 1956, leaving the location abandoned ever since. Deemed structurally unsafe for decades of neglect, the massive complex was partially demolished in 22 and in 24. Today, only fragments of the 3.5 million square foot factory remain. There's been movies actually made in that part of the dilapidated structure as well. So some of it is still viable. They've got the folks that go in there and skateboard and tag all the paint and stuff like that. So it's still around. The next one, this is kind of near and dear to my heart, the Fisher Body Plant 21. This is the old Fleetwood plant. I actually worked on the fourth floor there. If you look really close, you can see my parking spot right up front. Built in 1919, the 600,000 square foot Fisher Body Plant was designed to serve as key manufacturing site for General Motors. The plant closed in 1984 despite a short second life, with small businesses occupying the premises until 1993. The massive concrete structure was left abandoned for decades. According to the Urban Explorers, there we go, the rail system that transported vehicles within the factory is still left in place. After decades of neglect, the building is now fenced off and finally being revived through the Fisher 21 Lofts redevelopment program. So they're trying to do something with it back in that area.
Fisher Lofts.
Fisher Lofts.
Maybe that's what they need to do at the sugar factory in Sugar Land.
I thought that's
turn it into a loft.
I thought that's what they were kind of trying to do.
That's that's another story.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, the next one is the Highland Park Ford plant. This one's got a lot of history to it as well. It's one of Detroit's most significant factories in automotive history. It opened in 1910, designed by the same architect that designed the Packard building. The plant became the birthplace of the modern moving assembly line from Henry Ford, introduced in 1913. As the production of the Model T moved to a different factory, the Highland Park Ford plant transitioned into automotive trim manufacturing, truck and tractor production, as well as the production of tanks, aircraft, and certain parts in World War II. According to the Ford company, sold this historic Highland Park complex in 1981, but it continues to lease space for storage even today. So you probably got a little storage company working, and that's pretty good to keep it going. Last one we got, Michael, is the American Motors Detroit plant. We've covered all the manufacturers there. This one was built in 1927.
Wait a minute, I thought that they were up in Wisconsin.
This one was the original, built in 1927.
Oh.
It's a 2 million square foot industrial complex that serves as headquarters for American Motors, or AMC. The company first oversaw the development and production of appliances and focused exclusively on production of vehicles starting in 1960. Rambler, the Hornet, the Javelin, Gremlin, Pacer were some of the manufacturer's most popular models built in this factory. In the late 80s, Chrysler acquired... Yep.
The fishbowl.
Chrysler acquired the AMC to move as a move to let the complex being repurposed for Jeep and Truck Engineering Center. So there you go.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's funny. Because I always thought that American Motors was Kenosha.
Yeah. Well, right. That's probably after that, because this was built early on. So, but again,
I was there for that.
They were making appliances first in this particular plant. So.
Appliances?
Appliances. That's what they were making, appliances first.
Like a Norge refrigerator.
A Norge, yeah. Or, something.
Frigidaires.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Nash.
Freezers.
Kenmore. It wasn't Kenmore. Somebody.
Mr. Morris, your volume is really low coming to us. Could you boost that up for a little bit?
I can absolutely do that, sir.
You'd think that it'd just be a knob that you could turn there. But anyway, all right, time now for Mars driving destinations, day tripping in Houston.
All righty, sir. You got this one, Jeff?
Yep.
All righty. So we're talking about day tripping in Houston. A lot of places you can go and do, but today we're talking about doing things, not just sitting around, but actually doing things. We're talking about playing. We're going to go playing. So we're going to start with a place that kind of sets the tone for what we're talking about, Cidercade, Houston. Now, this is a place where you pay one time, and then you have unlimited access. There's old school games like pinball machines. You got newer stuff like rhythm games. And you got everything in between with the videos. It's a lot loud. It's fun. And before you know it, you're going to be investing a lot of time trying to beat somebody else's high score because you can play as long as you want for the same price. Now, they also have artisan pizza. You got craft sodas, and they have adult ciders. Now, one thing
Craft ciders and adult ciders, Jeff.
I'm a pepperoni guy.
Craft sodas. So, but after 9 o'clock p.m., it's 18 and older only. So the kids, you got to take them during the day. If you want them there at night, not so much. So if you want something that's going to be a little bit different, now you can head over to Ready Go Amusement Arcade. Now this place is kind of like you stepped into another country, but it's in a good way. It's got a Japanese arcade vibe. There's over 50 machines that include the rhythm games, the skill-based stuff, claw machines that actually take some finesse because they've got some prizes in there besides just little stuffed dolls. They got
You
some
play
other
game
things
too
in there
long.
that make it worth time. So it's bright.
No more. You
Leave now.
You leave now. You eat too much.
30 minutes after you play the game, you got to play the game.
Well, and if you get tired of this place, then you can go around the corner over there where you've got Claw Mania Kingdom. It's the next place.
oh, yeah.
Now, it sounds simple, and
Clawmania
it's basically
Kingdom.
all claw machines, but there's a ton of stuff in these claw machines that you can actually win, and that's actually got some value to it. And then you can also start trading up as you get something or you win something. You can actually trade up while you're there to get even bigger and better things. So that's another one that's close there. But here's the one I was saving for you, Don. If you're really ready to get something serious, go to battle axe throwing.
So you throw your old wife out there with a battle axe?
Or maybe throw at her. I'm not sure. But anyway, you're
That's
throwing
against the
axe,
law.
and it's easy to do. I
You
mean,
stop
how hard
asking
is
me
it to throw an
questions
axe?
like that.
Axing me.
Don't ask me that
I'm
question.
going to axe another one.
So, and they actually have league play. They have tournaments. You can sign up for birthday parties if you want to go throw some axes.
What happened to bowling? Why can't we go bowling?
It's too simple.
It's too
Anybody
safe.
can do that. And the thing about this battle axe, if the axe is a little too much, you get tired of throwing the axe, you can start throwing knives. Or
Knives.
you can shoot archery. You can shoot some arrows at it.
I like to shoot. Well, never mind. Shoot the breeze.
Shoot the bird.
They got
Shoot the
food.
bird.
They got lots of food, so you can make it a date night if you want to, just to do
Oh, yeah.
something a little different. And you can get gift cards
Hey,
for that
your,
special person you want
for your
to get
birthday,
somebody different
darling,
for
let's go throw
birthday.
some axes.
Let's go.
Let's go throw some knives.
Knives.
Let's go throw some
good.
knives.
All right,
Knife-
and then the
knife
last one I
throwing.
wanted to show you was the U.S. Golf and Games. Now, this is kind of old school Houston, but it's got air conditioning. Everything's air conditioned. It's got
Right.
indoor mini golf. It's got batting cages. It's got a go-kart track that kind of goes outside, so it does get outside a little bit. And but it's also indoor. You got pool tables. You got electronic games. I mean, you got a lot of stuff in this
Where
one
are
place.
all these places? I'd never heard of these places. Are
Well,
they
that's because they're
downtown?
hidden gems. This one is at 10106 Thurman, which I have no idea where that is in Houston, but that's the address for it. A lot of them over there close to you, Don, on Bel Air Boulevard.
Well, I'm not in Bel Air anymore, so.
Well,
there-
no,
there you
not
go.
anymore. But anyway, these are some hidden gems that you can find in Houston to go play, to literally go and play.
All right. Well, we're going to play right on into a commercial here. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this. Stay with us.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill's sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.